Hello, internets, and welcome to another session of Journey to Ragnarok in the new year. To kick off this new year and this new session in the new year, we have once more a very special and amazing intro. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, a lot happened last time, y'all, so bear with me. To Slaugenbar fare forth the four friends, sailing strong ship the Fenmark to find. Rain and wind are no barrier for heroes hurrying to help. Cautionary offering to horror chelate grants passage as heroes wend warily through wetlands and bog. Lights in the sky tell of tragedy befallen as ship silently glides through the water befouled. Acolyte of Asatru, Tobias, in vision, sees raiders' ruin of Flaugenbar so fair. Buildings all burning, raiders overrun bridges, the homes over water attacked and destroyed, villagers swing suspended, and two buildings bolstered by catapults constructed, employing piteous ammunition, evil deeds to defend. The stealth approach failing, friends charge into action while catapults severed heads profanely bombard. Righteous anger inspiring the heroic incursion, with shields, spells, axe, bows, blades, the barbarians are waylaid. Astrid, Baneslinger, blots enemies' prowess. Tobias, Bloodhunter, curses combatants. Guinevere, Stormcaller, lights up the water. Opier, Battlemaster, commandeers catapults. Eric and Kjall, Jarl Guardians, rain blows. Opier strides forth from catapult, fire silhouetting strength, commands battlefield keenly with goading and axe. Companions rally round him with courage and tactics to destroy the foes and save villagers encaged. Survivors escorted to safety, the great hall assailed to find Yask Bone Shredder ensconced on the throne. Cannibal carries grinning axe, spelled to mystify and scare. He threatens the heroes with full fatal fate. But the heroes, undaunted, trade swift blow for blow, magic and healing boosting the fight, shield bashing, shocking grasp dispense hazards to health, despite massive injury from monster besmirching men. After safeguarding from Astrid, Tobias leaps lively, sailing towards Bone Shredder to sunder head from neck, not before hearing grim word given from the man-eating beast. The time of man is over. Hrimgrenir shall reign over Midgard, defying the rule of the high gods themselves. My brothers will punish this murder you inflicted. Their wrath will wreak havoc as they kill every clan. Alarming acts claimed and chest contents carried, the heroes sail homeward, survivors in tow. With songs, ale, and feasting they are fated by Jarl, though Thorghest's divination failure casts clouds over cheer. Alarming lapses of memory and learning forgotten heralds looming disaster far graver than raids. Does Fimbulwinter signal the end of all mankind? Death of the deities and water wasting the world?
And with that amazing intro, you all find yourselves in Uppsala, in the house of Jarl Alrecker, being told by the diviner Thorghest Wolfheart that the runes and even stories of Freya are disappearing from memory. You sit there trying to remember anything, but it's mostly fleeting memories. You all continue the feast for the night, thinking on what you've been told before eventually retiring back to your sleeping quarters at the temple at the top of town where you've been staying since your arrival and find sleep for the night. The wind suddenly shakes the blinds of your windows, waking each of you up. A shiver runs down your spine as if the winter cold had finally managed to sneak into your bodies. You peek outside and see large, frozen snowflakes violently thrashed about by the vicious winds blowing from the north, attacking any surface like a myriad of white, hungry teeth. The houses, the trees, even people are covered in a thick layer of brine and ice on the side that is against the wind. You all hear knocking on the temple door as you all get up and see Thorghest barging inside, covered in the heavy snows. As he looks at the four of you, let's go one by one, and since it has been a while, reintroduce everyone and their characters, starting with Opir.
Opir is a human man, age 23, about 6 foot tall, 180-ish pounds, brown hair, some brown eyes, very normal looking dude with a beard and some longer hair. He typically wears, as far as armor goes, more so across the left. It's like left half chest armor almost, where it goes over the left shoulder, down the left side of to the upper abdomen and wraps around the back and kind of like straps over that way with like an X across his chest, with some scaled armor along that arm with the shield, and wields a battle axe, including this new battle axe that he just got from this cannibal that we killed last time, called the Grinning Axe. But he also makes weapons and maintains armor and whatnot, and can utilize once a day ability to disappear and reappear with some step of Njord, because he's a worshiper of the god Njord. He's a level 4 Battle Master Fighter, which is probably what I think you were going for at the beginning, but here we are.
How about Tobias?
Tobias is a level 4 Blood Hunter. He has he's a marked human, same as Opier actually. And he strives in dexterity, but also wisdom. He is the group's Asatru expert, which is to say, phenomena relating to Yggdrasil and the Norse universe at large. He may be privy to. Fights with a axe and shield. Very protective of his friends. And yep. And he seems to want to stick around for a while longer. Childhood friends with Guinevere, and yeah, now he's here.
And who do we see standing in Astrid's place?
Oh, it's Astrid standing in Astrid's place. She is, let's see, what are we, level 4? Yeah, right. Level 4, College of Glamour Bard, baby. She is the youngest daughter of the High King and is, oh boy, what did we decide? Like 18, 19, something young. Has been friends with Guinevere quite a while. And is very flighty and has not actually been out in the world too terribly much. So probably the person of the group who has the least combat experience. She's very pretty delicate, but, you know, has been managing to hold her own more or less in combat thanks to her friends.
And last but not least, Guinevere.
So the last is Miss Guinevere. She's also a human. 5'9", long blonde hair, blue eyes, very pale skin, 22 years young. She is a dedicated sage and researcher wanting to learn as much magic as possible. And she idolizes Mimir with her book that she's running around with and trying to collect as much knowledge as she can, regardless of really what it's about. She's just more interested in learning, and she has a facial tattoo much matching her picture, and she's from the Icy Crows.
Okay. And as you all stand there seeing Thorghest rush into this building and shaking off some snow. You see him take off his wolf hood, and with a severe look on his face, he says, "Maybe there is another way we can figure out what is happening." And you see a flicker of hope surface in his eyes, and you feel the same peeking out from deep of your soul in response as he continues. "Few know the runes and traditions better than me. The old Spekisvidr and the wise Bloater, the two most expert Memendir of the Circle of the Icy Crows, are surely two of them. I do not know how to quickly contact them. However, I know one of my mentors, now with Flakandi, a wanderer. His name is Starry. He should be in the village of Varmfors, not too far off inside the great forest." You see him take a moment, staring at the embers of the fire that burn in the center of the temple. He looks at all of you once more and says, "It is not about helping Uppsala for a fistful of coins anymore. This is about protecting life as we know it, fighting against the terrible events that hide right behind the edge of tomorrow. I ask that you reach Farm Forest, hoping you find Starry. I pray to the gods that he knows whom or what we are dealing with and how to stop them."
Do I know that name, Pi?
Which one?
Either of them, with my relationship being in the Icy Crows and my family's history. Do I know those names?
Roll me a history with advantage.
Can do. $18.
Starry is a new name to you. You haven't heard this before. That could be likely due to the lack of information that you ever heard about Thorghest in the first place. You do know Bloater. He is, one of the he's one of the quote unquote leaders of the Icy Crows. He's in one of the three expert sages of the Icy Crows.
Pillars of the...
Yeah, he's the eldest, I believe.
Yeah, one of those guys.
Would I know where they traditionally reside within the Icy Crows? Would I know if they were possibly on travel during this time, or which is why they're so hard to get a hold of, or if they would actually be back at our home?
I can actually find you that information probably.
Yay, info!
But as I search, what is everyone else's responses to this information?
Tobias would be kind of going back and forth off Guinevere. I think this is how I'm going to roleplay, giving her assistance or possibly guidance, depending on what we may need.
Up here, we'll just kind of sit and just observe, and then just because up here, I assume Opir doesn't know any of these names since he's not really related to the other group that they're talking about. But we'll just kind of sit and wait, and whenever everyone's ready, make sure he has all the stuff, and we'll go where the group goes.
Okay, so yes, Spekisvidr and Bloater. Bloater's the adult. Spekisvidr is the old. They do, indeed, they most likely are back in your hometown. But just as a general thing, being the, pillars and leaders of the Icy Crows, it's just a general thing that is hard to contact them in the first place.
Did you put names and stuff in the chat?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. With that knowledge, Guinevere would share. Well, there is a good chance that they actually may be back at home with the rest of the Icy Crows, but they are difficult to get a hold of, which makes sense. They're normally traveling, but I suppose if we head back, we could probably at least try to get a direction of where they're heading. Traditionally, icy crows tend to stay for a couple days at each location.
Well, if it's as dire as you say, Thorghest, I suppose we should go now.
I would agree with that statement.
So Astrid looks around at her companions and says, I hadn't really unpacked, so I'm ready, I think.
As am I.
Likewise, let me just grab my books and we can get going.
Yeah. You see that Opier just picks up his stuff and just kind of follows suit.
Okay. Let me look at something. As my map loads in, because Roll20 likes to freak out. Where was the information that I just learned? Just need to see something real quick. Please hold.
I always have to keep myself from doing hold music when you do that.
Yeah, I know.
I was actually guessing at those names and putting them in the party notes. I was 2 letters off on both names. I feel pretty good with that.
The only one I got is Starry. I wasn't anywhere close on the others.
Oh, yeah.
And I need to open something real quick.
Sorry.
Alright, who?
I need to brush up on my Icy Crows terms again.
To the person who whispered me, yes and yes, please. Now that I find what I'm looking for.
Already did.
Okay. Alright, that's not that bad.
Nope. We're cool. We're cool guys.
Doesn't make us
Okay.
nervous at all. It's fine.
We're cool guys. We're fine. No concerns ever.
Are we, though? Are we?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys heading to the Great Forest?
Let's do it. Great Forest High, baby.
Yeah, are we gonna do this on foot, or should we get a wagon or anything like that?
I feel like a wagon would get stuck in the woods if there's not good pathways cut out.
I mean,
Yeah.
you icy crows tell us.
True.
That's a
You've
good
also
point.
been traveling on foot for everything.
I need to get back in the Ragnarok mindset. Alright, let's go.
Let's do it.
Can we see the map?
Yeah,
Because if
there's
it's
no
more efficient to do water, then that would be probably the way that Guinevere would suggest.
And there are no more potions to purchase here, correct?
No.
We bought them all the ones we could buy before.
Well, you were told that you had to go into the Great Forest, which is this, basically.
So we're just gonna walk into the woods. Perfect. I'm here for it.
Basically, Guinevere is in my backyard.
Okay, is there anything
We'll be fine.
else in town anyone would like to do before departing?
I don't think so. Not for me.
Is there such a
No.
thing? Are there lanterns available as opposed to torches, by chance? I'm just concerned about lanterns just blowing out. Torches just blowing out immediately.
I'll roll a D100. Do you want higher or lower?
Hi. Well,
There are
Nope.
no lanterns.
okay.
Okay. Who would like to roll me a D4 as you all depart into the woods?
No.
Okay. I'll roll.
Instant no.
They're all bad. There's no
A
good
two.
roll here.
A 2. Ooh, this is fun.
I'm sorry, everybody.
I hate it when he says that.
This is
Are our two buddies with us by chance, or are they back in
very
town?
fun. Oh no, they are staying in town. That was
Okay.
their mission to
I
Flog
figured.
and
I just
Bar
wanted,
was a
wanted to
one-time
clarify.
thing.
Just wanted to.
It's fun while it lasted.
Mm-hmm.
I am
back, guys.
placing all of your tokens on a map. You will have to fix your health because I have not copy and pasted them.
Cool.
Just
Okie dokie.
as an FYI, as I move you here.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
Mhm.
Ooh, this is
As-
cute. I like this.
As you guys are walking through the woods, you notice a moment too late that you have entered what once was a megalithic circle of stones.
Oh, poop.
You see all around you several large, crumbled, and consumed stones, partially hidden beneath snow and vines. What would you guys like to do?
Cry.
I think I would like to test the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take out just like an unlit torch and see if it can get through the barrier.
Okay. You are able to move the torch in and out of the barrier. If anyone would like to roll me a perception check as well, you may.
Okay.
Hey. I like my new axe. It's very smiley.
So, Tobias and Opir, both of you notice that one in the middle of the circle seems to be a large rectangular piece of stone, but off to the left of it, over here, seems to be an unnaturally, almost perfectly round stone.
Interesting. Okay.
Do a little Arcana check on the barrier.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if I could do that as well.
I will assist you, actually.
Sure.
If we are allowed to do it.
And I'm gonna walk over to the stone while they're analyzing the barrier.
Okay.
21. Hopefully it's not a spoopy stone. And
Okay.
if it is, hopefully I can catch it before he touches it.
So with a 21, you don't feel anything magic from the surrounding circle of stones itself. However, you do feel a faint blip of something magical from the stone slab in the center of the circle.
Interesting. All right. Well, there is some magic here. If you want to give me 10 minutes, I can try to learn a little bit more. But there is some. Looks like the pillars are fine, but the slab here in the middle is what's radiating the little bit of energy I feel.
Are there runes or anything carved on the slab?
Nothing that you can see, as most of it is covered in snow.
I would like to take my mage hand and brush off the snow, please.
Okay, you brush off the snow, and even with your mage hand, as it makes contact, you see immediately the snow covering this altar melts within seconds. From within the broken cracks of this altar, you see a faint coppery light emanating outwards. A clear indication to Guinevere that an ancient spell is waking up.
Oh. Hey guys, triggered it.
You begin
Sorry.
to hear a voice inside the circle as deep as the foundation of Midgard itself. Only one sound echoes, the murderous arrow that deadly soars. Should Ullr's challenge be defied and neither piety nor devotion showed, choose one seed wisely, and you shall be rewarded. What is the tree that sires the best bows? And you see on the altar thousands upon thousands of seeds of all kinds suddenly magically appear.
Cool.
So we just hear that booming voice from the altar, right?
Yes.
All right.
You hear it not coming from the altar, but coming as if you hear it from all around you within the circle.
Okay. Got it. Okay. And Ullr is that's a mythical figure that we may or may not be familiar with, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Tobias is gonna look at Opir, our skilled craftsman, and say, if anyone can pass Opir's challenge, it would be Ullr's challenge. It would be you, Opir. And I give him guidance with that.
Alright, well,
Indeed, Opir, I think you have the best chance at this. Take Bardic as well.
Oh no.
Well,
Everyone's counting on me.
well,
I'm gonna load you up, dude.
If you'd like to guess, you can give me a nature or a woodcarver tool check.
Oh, can I do an investigation check?
No.
Dang. That's fine. Let me check something here real quick. I don't have woodcarver. I do have woodcarver tools. I have proficiency in them now too. Look at that. I am checking one other thing here because I want to see if this lets me at. You said nature or woodcarvers check, right?
Yeah, woodcarvers using intelligence.
If it's not too much to ask,
That's fine.
Pi, could you put the riddle into the chat?
Sure. Give me 1 second as I have the PDF open on my phone to make this easier, so I have to type it all out.
I'm sorry.
So here I'm gonna do it with woodcarvers with intelligence, although it would be the exact same, but I want to do it with carvers anyway. So here's the straight woodcarvers roll, and then a D4, and then what's the guy at the inspiration? Is it a 6?
It's a 6, yeah.
So I got an 18.
Okay. With that, you wait a moment. You look at all the different seeds, and you think to yourself. You think on Ullr. And you pick out the U seed. This is the seed of a tree that bow makers prefer. As you pick out this seed, you once again hear, hold on, the booming voice as next to you, Tobias, that smooth rock begins moving and animating as this large rock-like figure appears And with that booming voice once again says, "Much have I waited for a true servant of Uller," as it stomps over to the altar. And with its large rock fists, it smashes it into pieces, revealing what looks to be a longbow floating a couple feet off the ground. And as the bow floats there, this rock creature crumbles.
Do I feel the urge to take this longbow?
Well, you won it.
That wasn't my question, however.
There is no urge to take it. There's no seemingly magical urge forcing anyone to grab it.
I'll look around and I'm gonna leave it hanging in the air and step back away from the bow. I don't use bows. I'm not a bow.
I think I'm the only one who uses bows. I think Astrid uses a crossbow, and Guinevere uses spells. So I will reach out and lay my hand on the bow.
Okay.
Okay, now I will grab the bow and see if it moves.
Nothing moves, but you may look into your inventory.
Oh.
Spicy.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Shiny. Something shiny. Silence. You will again.
Oh, should I refresh?
Yes. Because I just added it.
Okay. Oh, this sounds neat. Okay. Maybe I should try equipping it just so I know what its stats are. Active. Okay. Now tell me
you
what
may
you
share what it
do.
is. You may choose not to.
Oh, neat. No,
Tell us
I
what it
want to
looks
share
like.
it.
Okay.
So it has a built-in charge of Featherfall, which is nice. I do appreciate that. It has 1d8 damage, so normal for a longbow. It is a +1 weapon, and while under the effects of the spell, the owner can soar horizontally 20 feet for every 10 feet they fall. Okay, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is neat.
Yeah, it's a controlled glide.
Yeah.
It is centered on you, so if you wanted to soar with it, you cannot cast Featherfall on someone else, nor...
Okay.
So yeah, if you wanted to jump off a cliff and go soaring like Link from Breath of the Wild, you can only cast it on yourself.
Neat. That's cool stuff.
I love that.
Do you want to tell them the name of it?
The name of this weapon is Ullerflit, which means
nice.
Uller's flight.
There you go.
An exquisite weapon.
Does the barrier fall?
No, the rocks stay where they are. But the barrier was never magical in the first place.
It was all in our hearts.
It was all the magic was in our souls. Does this seem like a common scenario? Maybe not like super common, but does this seem like something this god would do?
Give me a religion.
Oh, religion. Okay, I'm good at that. Watch me eat my own words.
I do a history just from lores and songs and etc.
Look at me eat my own words.
Sure, and I'll allow a history from you.
Okay.
That's funny.
17. So Gwyn, nope. Astrid, though, with thinking about rather than thinking on the gods themselves and thinking about the history, and stories. You know that the god is Uller. You know that it's rare for one of the gods to bestow a gift on the lands of man, the realm of men. So, you know it's a thing that happens. You've never heard of it happening to anyone you knew, or, know. Maybe your father told a story one time of perhaps him being graced by Odin and gifted something by Odin, but now this is your first time actually seeing the work of one of the gods.
Well, and I tell everybody, I say, Uller is particularly concerned with glory and feats. So it seems to me fitting that, given the prowess you all have been showing, and if this is as serious as Thorghest says, that perhaps the gods would want to step in and reward us or give us something to help for our glory in the coming days.
I would never turn away aid, but I hope that it is not entirely necessary. I hope that this is an easy journey and we find the information that we need.
I would hope the same, but I also think that we should probably be wary and realistic, and if a god is stepping in even briefly to give us some kind of help, I think that speaks to the seriousness of this.
Astrid speaks sense. And it's not like we're entirely opposed to a little glory seeking.
I'm sorry, what was the first part? What was the first part you just said there?
Tobias, please don't repeat that. It's going to go to her head.
I didn't quite catch it.
Oh, no, I said Astrid speaks sense.
Oh, well. Let me just write that down.
Here goes the excitedness and the big-headedness that we've all been trying to squash because someone decided to use certain words that makes her feel very...
Look, he said it, not me.
Tobias feels good. He has a new weapon.
And it is a very beautifully made, crafted bow. One like you've never seen before. It has some vines running across it. The wood is perfectly carved. It feels like a very sturdy bow.
It's nice.
One that makes sense, considering it is considered a gift from a god.
Oh man,
All right.
the yew tree has a big old history known as the Tree of the Dead. So there's also that in real life.
This is fine. This is all fine.
It's fine. It's not any foreshadowing. It's fine.
I think we should continue on into these woods.
Agreed.
Yours speaks sense as well.
As you all begin the journey once more, I would like everyone to roll me a d4, please. Actually, 1, 2, 3, yeah, a d4.
I don't want to.
Well, you gotta.
Hey, 4.
Come on with the 1. Bring the 1. Bring the 1 back around. Oh, dang. That's okay.
Don't worry, I'm gonna give you 1 by default.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
So, as the hours go by and the traveling continues, we're gonna start with the 1, which would be Astrid.
Snap.
As you guys are wandering through these thick woods, Astrid, you see a quick glimpse as everyone continues walking, you spy within the woods. You see a deer. A deer with fur as white as the snow. It locks eyes with you, and just as fast as you've seen it, it disappears back into the forest.
A little bit. Did you all see that?
No.
You spy, Astrid.
It was a white deer. It was beautiful.
Is that common around here?
Give me a nature.
$23.
Damn.
I swear, if Guinevere says, "Oh, it just has albinism," it's fine.
You know that it has albinism. No. You know that... Well, I mean, both yes and no. Considering this is a real-life occurrence as well. The white deer, at least in these woods, that is a sight to behold. It may not be a sight from the gods, but it is, a step down. It is very rare to behold.
And is it considered kind of a good omen? Often.
It could be taken as that.
Let's take it as that.
Yeah, I will share that with Astrid, and if I know any history or anything like that about the white deer, I will share that with her as well, and maybe she can turn it into a story.
Okay.
Well, I'm guessing that there's probably some kind of poem or something about a great hunt for a white deer.
As you guys speak about it and continue your journey, some more time passes, and Opier, as you're walking, you notice out of the corner of your eye something spectral. As you're kind of weaving between trees, you see a seemingly floating and translucent humanoid figure. But as you walk past another tree and you cut eye contact with it, it is gone.
I will just kind of double take over there to make sure it's not there anymore, and then I'll just keep that info to myself for now.
Some more time passes. Tobias, you see it a few times. As you get deeper into these woods, and the fog begins picking up the deeper you get, you swear that on a couple of these trees, on a couple of the birches to be specific, you can see human faces protruding from the bark.
And when I take a second look at the tree where I think it was in my periphery, I take it they're gone?
Yes.
Oh, man. These woods are making me uneasy, but the good omen from before makes me optimistic. I have very mixed feelings in this outing.
It's fine. Keep listening to the deer poem. It'll make you feel better.
I like to imagine the entire time everyone else is seeing horror. Astrid is just asking for some feedback. Oh, do you think I need to rewrite this? What do you guys think of this line? How's this one? And everyone's just like, wow, you know what? I think I prefer the horror.
Hey, rude.
Last but not least, Gwyn. As everyone's walking, again, out of the corner of your eyes, you swear that you see not one, not two, but several silhouettes quickly and nimbly moving at high speed through the woods. You don't hear anything. You don't hear no sound coming from the direction that you see these silhouettes, nor do you see any tracks. No sign no sound, but you swear that you see multiple figures moving in the shadows of the woods.
Since these woods are old stomping grounds of Tobias and myself and anybody from the Icy Crow, do I know of any myths or legends surrounding what I had just witnessed?
I'm going to say give me a history check at disadvantage.
You got it. Holy hell, that's not bad for disadvantage.
And I was going to say, what's disadvantage to a wizard who probably has, you know?
I mean, I lost my natural 20, because, why not, but still good.
With the 22, you've heard, at least as an old, childhood tale of, hey, your parents would tell you this to keep you in bed and keep you out from exploring. The story went that something bad happened in these woods. Specifically, that if you were to venture too and far into the woods, that the troll would catch you. And you could assume that maybe these faces that you're seeing, these shadows that you're seeing, might be victims of this troll. That children's story might be real. And you might be walking ever closer to its den.
I casually ask Astrid if she's heard of this story, being the story connoisseur that she is.
Yeah, and actually, Pepper was just starting to go through her notes here. Didn't we hear something about troll in the mountains and there was some crying or something?
You were told a tale of a missing troll child.
Yes, that thing. So yes, I point out that we had just heard that story. And I mean, of course, there's all kinds of stories about trolls. So, maybe that's where we're headed? Is that where we were told that this was happening?
I hope not. As of right now, we're trying to get back to town, so I don't know. I feel like I've walked this path enough that I would have ran into it at some point, but there is a chance.
Well, maybe we rescue its child and win its love forever.
Your optimism is astounding.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if that was actually meant to be a compliment or not, but we'll leave it at that.
Clearly it was. I mean, if you said it and you didn't know, then I get to decide, so it was.
Gwen's just rubbing her forehead again, as she commonly does around Astrid.
As you guys continue walking, eventually dusk comes and a thick fog begins to descend even further upon the forest. It is damp and it is cold, but the winds and the rain seemingly stop. I put you on a map. Let me just see something.
Astrid asks our locals if this fog is normal.
We're by ourselves. Oh, is this fog normal?
without a roll, this certainly doesn't feel like normal fog.
It may be wise to draw weapons, companions. Just in case.
The dusk begins to fall and it gets darker, and you soon find yourselves getting unable to see if you'd wish to light any lights.
I will go ahead and light a torch.
I will cast light on my book.
Okay, let me make sure you all
And
have
I will,
vision.
I will light a torch as well.
And the light spell and torches are the same, right? 2020.
I think.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, I believe so.
I can come walk near you, Tobias, if you would rather keep your, both hands on your bow.
That may be wise. Yeah, I can keep my shield open. Shield and artisanal assault axe. It's a great gift.
That's not what I want. That's what I want.
But yeah, that makes sense.
All I need is my magnificent voice.
Okay, and as you all get further into the forest, this is something fun that I can let you guys decide as you explore the map. It is up to you to decide where you wish to camp for the night.
Oh, Is this higher
Interesting.
ground?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should split into two and survey the area.
Sure.
I think that's a good idea. I'll go with au pair.
All right.
Lead on, Tobias.
Let's see. How big is this map? Ah, you have the light. Oh. Where's this curve off to? I think it leads up the cliff.
It's always
then-
fun letting my little guinea pigs explore the map.
And then there's nothing else past here, right? Past what we
No.
can see. Okay.
Do
And
you
that,
like
and
the-
for just real quick for you, Opier and Gwyn, that pathway up does lead to a rock wall that you would have to climb.
Got it. Okay.
Well, not that way. Unless you're trying to climb up a rock wall in the cold, dark weather, which, I mean,
But
I don't recommend.
Would it be a wall we could have at our back?
That was kind of my thought too, in general.
Also, for the sake of the map, if you can see them, ignore those very faint trail markers. Those aren't there. It's all snow.
I don't know. I think
Got it.
higher ground with something at our back sounds pretty good.
I agree. Probably this elevated area that we haven't surveyed yet, but yeah. Somewhere around this level, maybe? There was another level, though, right? That
Yeah,
also had a...
We can re-meet after a few minutes, since we pretty
Yeah.
much took the top half and you guys took the bottom half.
Yeah.
Well, up this way, and I'll point over here. Over there, there is a path that leads to a rock wall that we'd have to climb. Which, if we wanted to camp against that, we could, but it's going to be cold. It's going to be very cold.
But maybe a little bit more defendable.
As long as we're on the other side of the winds, we should be better off. It'll be easier to maintain a fire.
I do also agree with the inability of people sneaking up behind us.
Well, that's probably the way to go then.
Okay. So then, now I have a question for you all.
Mm.
Who's gathering wood? Who's readying the fire? Who's setting the bedrolls? And who's standing guard?
Would me having proficiency with woodcarver's tools give me a better chance of getting more usable firewood?
It's possible.
Then I will do that. I will try and get some from the trees that are like closer to camp, so I don't have to worry about lighting a torch. But I also have my battle axe, which I can also just use. I have 2 battle axes to just chop down trees. So.
Well, I do have a torch lit already, so if you want to take it.
I just need 2 hands. I just need 2 hands to cut down a tree.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, I can come with you.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm also proficient in nature, so if we wanted to try to track down wood that would be more likely to hold a light throughout the night, I could help you with that.
Sure.
You the torch. Oh, you've got your book. Never mind.
I've got my glowy book.
Does your book? Doesn't your book float? Can it float like independently?
No.
Ah, dang. Magic book. Become a magic flashlight. Fly around. Dang.
The 3 roles we have left, if Opir is gonna tackle the woodcutting, is setting the bedrolls, fire, and guard duty, right?
Yes.
I can handle the guard duty for the first shift, right? And then I think what I'll do is I'm gonna cut off some branches of I'm assuming these are like fir trees or something like that, something evergreen. Okay, yeah. I think I'll cut those and kind of create a circle around us so that anything stepping on them will make noise.
Okay.
I can start dealing with bedrolls.
So that leaves 1 job left.
Which is what?
Readying the fire, gathering wood, setting the bedroll. So readying the fire is the last job. And all these do follow in an order, so
Right.
gathering the wood is first, then readying the fire.
Here, I have this torch.
Could we get the wood together, Au-pair and I, and then work together on readying the fire, or does it systematically have to be done by an individual person?
It is individual and then in order.
Okay, then I will take fire starting, I guess.
Okay. So
I'm gonna look over real quick, since you're gonna stay back with the fire starting where those 2 are. Would it be possible for you to cast some light on me so I can go and not put anybody else at risk and not have to carry a torch around?
Sure.
I'm not gonna be gone very long, probably 20-30 minutes at most.
All right. Sure. And I will reach up and I will put a hand on your your shoulder plate, and I will mutter an incantation, and your shoulder plate starts to light up with light.
Woohoo!
And that means that you lose light, right?
Correct, and now it is on Au-pair.
Yeah, but if the others have torches over there, I figured for the 3 of them being kind of closely lit, that's probably okay, because rather than me trying to carry a torch and cut down trees, that torch would go out very fast. Like, oh crap, I'm blind.
So as Opir, as you set off, we're just gonna move you here for the sake of things.
That's fine.
As you set off gathering wood, you know you just left camp behind with all of your allies.
Mm-hmm.
However, as you're gathering wood, I'm gonna roll a d3.
Oh no, spicy.
Okay. As you're gathering wood, you see only but a few steps ahead Tobias. Directly ahead of you.
I'm just as I.
It looks like they're busy foraging as well.
Oh. Tobias, how did you get ahead of me? Did you do our Misty Walk magical movement thing and jump ahead of me? I thought you were staying back and setting up the camp.
As you begin talking to them, you lose sight of them as they take a sharp turn behind a tree. And as you follow to see where they went, right there where they should have been, where Tobias should have been, you find a small pile of wood, perfect for the fire, sitting directly on top of ancient, shattered human bones.
Well, I will have my shield at the ready, just in case. But I will use my free hand, and I will try to collect some of this wood.
Okay, you are able to pick up the wood and are able to carry it back to the camp if you so wish.
Does the wood look like it has engravings, or does it look off? Or does it look too perfect?
Give me an insight check. It does look too perfect. It looks like the perfect pile of firewood, but the firewood does not look malicious. It just looks like the perfect pile of wood.
How about the bones? Are they like shattered, or they're like
They are
skulls? Anything I could recognize?
They are splintered, shattered, and old human bones to the point where if it wasn't for the ice preserving them, they may well have been dust if you were to touch.
I say out loud, just kind of to myself, this is odd. I did not expect to find a perfect pile of freshly cut wood for a fire on top of old bones. I wonder if these woods are, if they're infested with something evil, or if this is something beneficent trying to get us through the night. Well, I'm actually surprised that Opier knows beneficent with a bad charisma, but here we are. He has a high intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what though? I think against my better judgment, I'm going to choose to believe that the woods are friendly. As I say a little bit louder, we seek to bring no harm to this place. We're just passing through. And then I'm gonna turn back and slowly walk, putting my shield away to look less aggressive, and carry back this perfectly cut pile of firewood. And I'm talking this out to myself, so I go back, I'm like, okay, how do I convince the party that I'm just this good at cutting wood, making it this shapely and perfectly cut in the dark, in the cold, when I just really kind of got good at wood carving stuff? As I'm just like talking, as I'm going back, I'm like, I'm good at metals, and I'm good at weapons, but could I say my axe let me do it? They heard no cutting. I'm gonna stop over here for a second by this tree, use the blunt end of my axe, and hit it against the tree to make the cutting sound.
You guys
a couple
hear
of minutes.
the sounds of just thunk, thunk, thunk.
And then I'm gonna wait for like 5 minutes. Like, okay, I think that was good enough. I think they'll have to be impressed.
Oh, Pierre, take a DM inspiration.
All right, and then like, cool. I have a little bit of sweat on my brow. It's cold, but I got my warm clothes on. They're gonna be impressed. We're good. And I slowly start making my way back to the party. I don't want anyone else to know that I'm trying to impress the party. The party doesn't know Opier is trying to be impressive, but Opier secretly wants to impress everyone. But that's what I will do, and then make my way back.
Okay.
Oh, Pierre, look! I've gathered up all my torches in my backpack and made a fire. I'm just kidding.
You
That'd
are
be really
able.
funny though.
You are able to make it back to camp, and everyone, you all see Opier carrying this perfect pile of firewood, which you can hand off to Gwyn to start the fire.
There you go.
None of us questions it at all.
That light was very helpful. It let me cut the most pristine firewood I think you've ever seen. Here you go.
I look at it for a second. I give a little nod of approval, and I look up and I say, "Well done, thank you." Do you need the light any longer, or do you mind if I use it?
You can take it back. It's fine. As long as it starts, then I think we'll be okay.
Wonderful, thank you. And I will touch my book that's next to me and transfer the light from Au-pair to my book.
Okay.
Pie's like, God damn it.
A lot of back and forth, especially when Roll20 is slow. Alright. So, Gwyn, as you sit there, ready to light the fire, in spite of the fog and humidity, as you're setting the wood and beginning to light it, you accidentally cut your hand. You cut your finger. And you suffer 1 point of slashing damage. And blood from this tiny cut doesn't seem to stop. And in a few seconds, no matter how hard you try to staunch the bleeding, you find yourself in a pool of your own blood.
Did the rest of us see this?
Well, if Gwyn were to reach out or call out for help, the rest of you notice that she is indeed standing there, head to toe in blood, which is quite a disturbing sight for all of you, but she seems perfectly unharmed, besides a single scratch on her finger.
Is this a weird wizard game that you make yourself look like you're covered in blood? Because it's kind of unsettling.
Tobias assures Opier, no, we've never played this game before.
Oh no.
But other than that, you are able to get the fire started.
I drop down to my knees at the snow, and I try to use some of the snow and try to wipe off the blood. Does it come off my skin?
It takes some time, but eventually it does.
I will help.
Weird. I get about halfway done, and I just kind of stop, and I take a deep breath, and I start just very gently running my hands along my arms, and I'll cast Prestidigitation and clean myself off.
Okay. You clean yourself off. Pooled in the snow underneath you is some cherry slushy. Which is not a pretty sight.
YouTube guidelines.
It is not a pretty sight.
If I look down at my finger, like, is it still bleeding, or has it finally stopped?
It stopped. It's just a small cut.
I
Do you
take a
feel
breath.
alright? Do you feel weak?
Considering how much blood was out, do I feel weak? Like I actually lost that much blood?
You feel perfectly fine. Other than just the stinging feeling of a paper cut.
Outside of a little irritants on my hand, I feel okay. I'm not too sure what happened. That was rather startling. I'm just glad that it's over. Knowing magic as well, as decently as I do, I won't say well, I'm not even at level 5. Decently like I do I know if this could be some form of illusion? Like if I scoop up the snow and like analyze it and like pay attention to it, does it actually feel, smell, and respond like blood?
I am not going to ask for a roll because as you pick it up and you sniff it, you do smell that irony scent and you feel it. And yeah, this is. And to everyone else, yes, this is Gwyn's blood all over the snow.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
I think
Well,
have a
like,
problem.
I'm not too sure what this is. This small cut shouldn't have produced this much blood, though I feel fine, so I'm not missing as much as it looks like I should. And I didn't feel the Valkyries, so I don't think it's... I don't know. And I don't like that I don't know.
I look up at Tobias. You use blood magic in a way, right? Is this anything you can tell? Because all I can tell you is that if we camp in a place with open blood on the ground, we're very likely to attract predators.
Tobias kind of brings his hand to his head and like thinks really hard, thinking back on his lessons as an icy crow. What in Odin's name could possibly explain this? And that's my way of giving myself guidance.
And you can roll
Okay.
history. If history is one of the blood hunter skills that give you advantage on certain things, you may take that advantage.
Oh, good call.
I think it is.
Let me double. Oh, it says it's survival, the Hunter's Bane.
It will be. There's like 3 you get. It is. Oh yeah, it's survival to track Fey Fiends undead, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about such things.
So I will still give you advantage on a history.
Okay, advantage on history. Normal advantage. Roll. +4. Okay, well.
So, you think back on your training. This doesn't seem to be anything blood hunter related. This definitely isn't. It's not similar to what you can do.
Can I use prestidigitation and clean up all the blood on the ground?
You may.
Yeah, so when Au Pair mentions about sleeping in an area where the blood will attract predators, I instantly start using prestidigitation and I will clean up every single drop of blood.
And
I think Astrid was starting to like kick snow over it, and then all of a sudden it's all gone.
Tobias,
She goes, "Wow, I have magic."
This isn't similar to what you can do or what others who've trained with you can do, but you do recall back, a couple hours ago, seeing the faces in the forest and the woods and the trees. And with all going on, you can definitely come to the easy assumption that this forest is not normal.
Friends, I think that white deer was a fluke. And I think this forest is a bad place. We should watch ourselves.
Well, it's funny you would say that, because I was thinking a little bit more about it, and there's maybe also some indication that white deer are sort of a symbol of like the supernatural or the underworld, so I might have been wrong the first time.
Well, that's great, Astrid.
And
Look, symbols are slippery, and stories are slippery,
as
I understand that. It's not a good omen now.
as you guys discuss bad and good omens, it goes on to the next task of making the bedrolls, which I believe fell to Astrid.
Yes.
While you're setting the tents and the bedrolls, all this talk of these supernatural occurrences, seeing your ally and childhood friend seemingly bleed to death but not, has you kind of on edge.
Yeah, for sure.
You look inside one of the tents. And you look around and you see all your companions outside of the tents. However, inside this tent, it seems it's already occupied by two figures.
Okay. I am going to just immediately, I'm not keeping this to myself like some people. I'm gonna kind of take a step or two back from the tent and say, oh right, there were two people in there. I don't really want to look and see.
I'll pop my head in.
I'll look on the other side.
If you guys look in, you remove the coverings of the bodies. And I would like everyone to roll me D20s.
I don't remember signing up for Ragnarok Call of Cthulhu. Like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you need a split roll between me and Gwen?
Yeah, I'll, Gwen, you roll again.
Can do.
10. Okay. As you look in, Tobias, on the left side of the tent, eyes lifeless, gazing into the void, face distorted by fear, staring back at you as yourself.
Oh man.
Opir, as you look on the other side, again, lifeless eyes gazing into the void, face distorted by fear, you see Gwyn staring at you. And you notice on Tobias's corpse is a pin. A pin belonging to the Wolves of the Shadow. And on Gwyn's, a helmet. A helmet from the Odin's Eye.
What?
And as you guys see this, just as quickly as you unravel and see this, in the blink of an eye, this grisly vision disappears and the tent is empty.
I look at Gwen. Have you done anything to piss off the Odin's Eye, or are you the Wolves of Shadow?
Not to my knowledge. We've always been on good terms with everybody. One of my best friends, and I gestured towards Astrid as if this was new information. One of my best friends is the daughter of the leader of Odin's Eye, so I believe my standings with them has been very good.
Oh, you're in favored standing. Thank you very much.
It's one of those things, though, that's fun fact. I don't know if it's been made public or not, but we're about to. Also, being a part of the Odin's Eye, there are many people, her mother, more than life itself, believe that she's not great. So I'm wondering if those people are out to stop anything that we're trying to do, and siding with the wrong groups.
Oh, that would not surprise me from that bitch.
Interesting. As for me, Opir, I don't recall doing anything to offend the Wolves of the Shadow. My parents were actually both from the Wolves of Shadow, and I was sent as an initiate to the Icy Crows when I was young.
Oh.
Well, this isn't the first time I've seen you not as you, so,
What?
What do you mean, Opir?
When I went to get wood, you were all of a sudden ahead of me. And when I followed you around a corner, there was a pile of bones. So I also saw a ghost earlier while we were, what I assume a ghost or a spirit, while we were traversing through the woods.
It doesn't occur to you that this might have been good information for all of us to have?
It didn't really seem important at the time. It could have just been the woods, and it could still just be the woods playing tricks on our minds, trying to get people to turn against each other.
Do these woods usually do that?
I don't know. Looking at the two who are
Yeah. we both are. We're both
Yeah, I turn to my inward direction and go, "Hey, God, it's me, Gwen. Is this normal?"
Just from
Yeah, I
living
intend-
here and from previous knowledge that you guys have uncovered, this definitely isn't normal. You've traversed at least the safe parts of these woods in your younger years before. Again, perhaps this children's story of a troll is coming to light. Perhaps you're dealing with the dead victims. Perhaps you've been seeing the dead victims. Perhaps it's something along that sort.
Do we know how much more travel we need to get to where we're going?
I was just about to ask.
You know it will definitely take at least another day or two.
Well, we can't push through the night then. That's too much.
Yeah.
We'd make it. I mean, we kind of have two options. We can either turn back. Well, we have three, I guess. We can turn back and tell the Jarl we can't do it. Expose ourselves as fearful frauds and be shunned and likely, be deemed cowards for the rest of our days. We could continue with our plan of staying here for the evening and pursuing further during the day when the light has arrived, or we can push through the night, see how far we can get before we collapse, which has its own set of problems. My vote is to stay here for the night and just grin and bear with whatever happens.
Well, if things are getting as bad as Thorghest thinks they are, we might not have to be known as cowards for long.
Sure.
But I agree. I think staying here is probably...
I wouldn't be able to return home if I was deemed a coward, so my vote
Well,
is
me
to
neither.
stay here and continue. Yeah, that's true. Some people already don't like you. That would just increase that. By some, I mean a lot of people. Because, your dad married the wrong person, apparently. So
Listen, that was not my fault.
I didn't say it was. You're just...
Everybody likes me. They hate her.
Depends on the day.
That's not true.
Not everybody hates your stepmother, mother either. I don't know how you refer to her, but there she's gaining
Well,
more
it
power.
depends on whether it's to her face or not.
That's fair. But anyway, well, it seems our vote is to continue on. Between you and I, at least, to stay and push through. I advocate resting, but I can push if needed. How about you two?
I turned to Gwen. I think we should stay here as well. Seems unwise to push through the night when we're so far from our destination. But we should certainly watch each other's backs. This night especially.
I agree. Another factor to take into account is if these spirits are real. You two saw dead spirits. Au pair, you said you saw Tobias in the woods. Did he say anything to you?
He did not. He just went around the corner of a tree, and then I found some old bones.
I think it would be worth keeping in our minds that the beings within this forest may not be able to communicate. If need be, if they do not respond, I think that might be our telltale sign that we're dealing with something that isn't our comrades.
Mm-hmm.
No one goes anywhere alone.
On
That
that
seems- yeah.
note, friends, I'm gonna take a piece of charcoal, or not charcoal, like ash or something from near the fire, and kind of mark myself on my hand, like draw, I don't know, a random rune, and tell everybody to mark themselves just in case, and then hide the mark. Because if we see another imposter in the forest, at least we'll know that there is a way to verify to the others, possibly. Just a measure of defense.
Agreed. And Gwen
If
will
I
mark
see
herself
Opier
on
and
her
he's
shoulder.
insulting, if I see Opier and he's insulting me, then I'll know it's him.
That's true.
That is fair, but he is the strong silent type, so he may not insult you, but still be him. Just mark yourself, and I will draw a rune on my shoulder, and then I will pull my jacket up over my shoulder to hide it.
Okay.
I'll draw a rune on my glistening chest and then cover it with my cold winter clothing.
All right.
What, you're covering up your chest?
It's cold.
Well,
I don't want
You're
it
not
to
really Opier. Something's wrong with you.
As you all mark yourselves and move in closer for camp around the fire, the last job guard is down to Tobias. And as you stand guard, you notice something standing among the trees just at the edge of the visibility allowed by the fog. Moving a bit closer to this other figure, you notice that it is also moving in and out of sight among the trees. Suddenly, you and this unknown figure stumble into each other and meet. Standing before you, skin torn apart and hollow eyes, is a dead version of yourself. Instinctively, you pull back, you bump your head on something unseen, and you fall unconscious for but a moment. You quickly wake up in the snow, no trace of what you just saw. However, in a nearby tree, jammed into the bark, you notice a dagger. It is old, and the bark of the tree has grown around the blade, starting to envelop it. It is impossible to pull the dagger out without breaking the blade. However, on the pommel, you can see the symbol of a clan. The clan of the Odin's Eye.
What could this possibly mean? Everyone is asleep right now, right?
Everyone would either be asleep or resting at camp, sitting around the fire.
Okay. So, if and when I meet up with a party, it's my intent to tell them about this occurrence.
Yes, you are able to walk back, and if anyone was asleep, you'd be able to wake them up. If anyone's still at the fire, you'd be able to tell them of it.
Oh, I mean, if they're asleep, I'll let them get their rest, but, I mean, if they're already awake,
Well,
I'll
it's
tell
up for
them about it.
the other three to decide. While Tobias has been spending however much time guarding and standing around, how many of you would have fallen asleep? How many of you would have just been up picking at the fire?
Astrid is totally asleep.
I probably would pick at the fire for a little bit and then try and go to sleep and take the second watch. So, I'd stay at the fire for like 20 minutes and then go to sleep after that.
I would
Oh.
probably wait for Tobias to get back.
Okay, so Tobias, you make it back and you see Gwyn still sitting at the fire.
Gwyn, I saw a vision of myself, mangled and torn to pieces, and I found a dagger in the tree once it vanished. The dagger seems to belong to Odin's Eye. Beyond that surface value meaning, I don't think there's anything else I could glean. Just thought someone should know.
Thank you for sharing. I think the woods and the forests are out to play tricks on us. Maybe it is the troll's magic. Do trolls have magic? Do I know that, Pi?
Give me a history or an arcana.
I will do Arcana. 26.
Okay.
Go wizard, go wizard.
You definitely haven't, of the stories you've heard of the supposed Troll King and his kin, you haven't heard of them being able to do magic. You know they're more brutes and take to savaging their foes with their own weaponry and hands.
How about
Yeah.
knowledge?
Sorry, go ahead, Mackenzie.
I was just going to ask how about knowledge of stories of the forest? If we're on the less than familiar paths of the forest, is there any stories that lead to the possibility of commonly seeing illusions within this part of the forest?
Roll me a history. And at this
You
I'm
betcha.
I'm gonna put Tobias back in the camp here.
That's a 14.
Okay. I'm also going to remove Astrid's light as you are asleep.
Rude.
There you go. Put you guys underneath the tents. There you go. As you think about illusions in the offbeat path of this forest and the woods, the fog around the camp suddenly feels like a cold and damp shroud of sorrow that surrounds you on all sides, smothering any positive emotion. The flames of the campfire sizzle on the wet logs as a sudden gust of wind hits the camp, snuffing them out. The only light coming from your own source of light, Gwyn. The glowing embers still faintly light your faces, however, as the two of you look around, and you see green, luminescent figures among the trees, who draw menacingly closer to you from all directions. As they get closer, you can pick up more terrifying details. The incorporeal remnants of dead warriors, their skin pulled taut on their cheekbones, their eye sockets empty and teeth broken, wearing nothing but rags. Roll initiative.
Damn it.
Yeah. Well,
Include people that are asleep.
is that?
You
Yeah.
will also roll initiative.
Okay,
Okay.
just
I was
check.
like, oh man, I had one job. I was supposed to wake them up.
Dang it. Oh, hey.
Oh, why did it roll twice?
You're
That's weird.
a hard sleeper. You get to sleep through it in the first round.
Ooh.
And
creepy.
before I roll for these enemies and begin this initiative, we're gonna take a 10-minute break.
Ah, of course we are.
So be back in 10.
Alrighty.
All right, be back in 10.
welcome back to some initiative. I'm gonna change the music to some more epic fight music. And our first two people, well, you're asleep.
I mean,
And so this
waste of a natural 20.
this shadow is going to hover its way forward. Right here. And if anyone wants to see a better look at the token.
Nope.
Didn't need to see that.
Nope.
And as it gets closer, Gwyn and Tobias, you notice that some of these specters are wearing furs and have wooden shields covered in leaves. As despite they still have their garb and weaponry on them from whence they were living, and they have again these wooden shields covered in leaves as they have these vicious battle axes on their sides. And as this one goes to strike at you, Tobias, with a reflavored strength drain, which is it's swinging at you with its battle axe, does a 7 hit you?
A 7 does not hit me.
Okay, a 7 would have hit one of my players back in Descent into Avernus.
Oh, dang.
So it misses, and you dodge out of the way as you see this undead specter approach, and it is your turn. You can spend an action. For the two people who are awake, you may spend an action to rouse your sleeping companions and wake them up.
And I shall. I'm gonna yell, Opir, Astrid, we have company!
Alright.
Okay, and you guys, that will be your action, and you are able to wake both of them up as both of you pop up and you peer out of the tent and you see what you see.
Back in the morning.
And then I will use my mutagen
Mm-hmm.
as a bonus action, and
Okay.
I'm using the one that says celerity. Where's celerity? It boosts my dexterity by 3.
Okay.
Okay. And that's that.
All right. Gwyn, is your turn.
Hey. Well, if my measuring precedes me, all of these lovely folks here are within 15 feet of me. Yes?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to grasp onto my book that is glowing, flip open to a page, and start shouting an incantation while drawing runes in the air. And I need everybody, except for this guy, because he's a jerk and didn't step forward, to roll me a Constitution saving throw DC 15 as I cast Thunder Wave.
Ooh, okay. A con save? All right.
And it will be casted at level 2. I don't know if I said that. My apologies.
All right. So I'm going to do one roll for the two groups. Since I'm counting all of these guys as going together and all of these guys going together.
Perfect.
So here's the first group, here's the second group, and here's the solo
Yes.
act.
Damn him by himself. How dare he survive? So the groups themselves will take full damage, and the solo guy by himself will take half.
All right.
And here comes the damage roll.
yeah.
A total of 15. Bam!
Okay.
And all failures are pushed 15 feet away. Sorry, 10 feet away. My apologies.
Alrighty. One moment as I reduce all of their health bars.
Can you get all of them with a 15-foot cube? Because it's just 3 by 3 by 3, right? It's just 9 squares.
Yeah, I measured out for myself for
But
15.
I think
15.
it's
Let
9
me-
squares in total. I think all the way across is 30 by 15 by 30.
Hold on. Let me make this guy a square real quick.
Yeah, because it would be just
Was it
3, 3, 3.
15?
Yeah.
From outwards from you.
I want you to hit them all, but you know, I think you can only do 9 squares.
Yeah, I think the best shot was hitting the lone guy in
hold on.
the blue group.
This
Or
is 15.
That's more than 15.
Nope, that's
That is
15.
way more than 15.
That's more than
Fif-
15.
Is that
Oh,
15?
oh.
That is a
It's going from
15
center to
radius
center.
square.
Yeah, it's going
because
from
not
center to
radius.
center.
That's why it's a 15-foot cube, right? Because they're only. I think it's only. I mean, you can put it wherever you want, but I think it's only 9 cubes total because a cube doesn't do the square like radius. But
15 cube
yeah, I think it's
originating from yourself.
3 by 3, right? 3 by 3 by 3.
That's my understanding, but I'm gonna leave it to them.
But hey, put it however big you want it to be. I
Right?
just want to make sure we're all on the same
On
page.
the same page, yeah.
That's all. Not that I have spells, so it doesn't matter, but you know, wherever you want it to be. I was just curious. That's all.
This spell is stupid and weird. I'm gonna keep it how it is.
Okay.
Sure, I'll hit everything. That's fine. That works for me.
Thunderwave is such a dumb spell simply because of its wording.
15-foot cube is a total of 9 squares on a flat map.
But you can put yourself on any point, so you can make it
Yeah.
a corner to weird square, but it's that big.
Mhm.
So you can still get 4 people.
All right, so do you
Or-
want to hit? Who do you want to hit? Do you want to hit this solo guy in this group over here?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll hit blue and blue. I'll hit blue and single.
I'm giving these guys their health back.
No! It's too late. You already took it away.
Okay, so as you let out this wave of thunder, which everything within 300 feet hears. Let's see.
Hey, we're awake now. If we weren't before.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this group of shadows are pushed back. However, you do notice that as they take this damage, despite failing, it seems that it only shimmers them for but a moment and doesn't do the full amount.
Hmm.
Anything else?
No, that will do it for me.
Okay, this group of shadows is going to make it back into the fight, and one of them is... So, let's see, this one is going to move on up here. This one's going to move in. 2 of them are going to attack Tobias, and one of them is going to try and attack Astrid.
Jerk.
So here's the 2 against Tobias for a 22.
Oh, yeah, I'll use an early shield.
Okay.
Okay, so, yeah, so I'll use an early shield.
Mhm.
Dang.
What does that make your armor class?
It would make it 26.
The next one, directly next to you, for 19, which misses, and then the third one against Astrid, which because you were sleeping, it would have advantage because you're technically prone,
Yeah.
for a 13.
Oh, misses.
Okay, this other lone shadow is going to approach Gwyn for a natural 20
Yeah, that hits.
Oh no.
for this amount of damage.
I feel so bad using my reaction.
That hurts.
Sorry.
And your
That hurts
strength
a lot.
is reduced by 3.
It's 24 max damage. Jesus.
Your strength score is reduced by
Almighty.
3.
Actually, it's more.
That can't happen because I am down.
No!
I will reduce my max score by 3, but yes, I am down.
Well, that was not fun.
Okay.
For you.
24 downs you?
I have 25 HP and you hurt me for 1. Yes,
So it's
I'm down.
24 plus 4 is 28
Alright.
plus 12 more, so it's actually 42. So it's almost
I-
an instant kill.
I actually have a lot of health for a wizard. I have 25.
That's a lot.
It's not connected to your D&D Beyond, so don't forget to reduce it on your token.
Got it. Thank you.
This other group, while seeing that, they're just going to invade Opir's privacy.
Rude, guys. Hey, at least only one can get there. Oh, they gotta come in here. Oh,
They all
forget
want
it.
that gleaming chest.
They're ghosts. They can move through walls.
Rude.
And 1, 2, 3.
Only one of them hits. Just that middle one.
A 13 necrotic and a reduction of 2.
That's rude. At least it's just 1 point, I guess, right?
And at the top of the turn, Astrid, as you stare out of your tent at this undead specter, and you look around, you notice that some of these specters wear studded leather armor, all identical as if they were uniform. Many of the helmets you recognize are typical of the troops of the Odin's Eye.
Man. And we are just pinned in like crazy, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
We are not in a good spot.
No. I'm just
Definitely not.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I can get to win without just gonna have to do healing word to get you back up. Let's do that at 2nd level. So, there's that.
So 11 HP
Thank
to
you.
win.
And then as a bonus action, here's what I'm gonna do, friendos.
That is your bonus action, so you have a full
You're right.
action
Never mind.
left.
Put on a
Cantrips.
dance. Make them like you.
Yep. Cantrips. Whoop. I'm just gonna do a little vicious mockery, I think,
Which one?
and look at this one right here and say, I feel like you'd look better if you had some meat on your bones.
Oh, I also forgot. Cool. That works.
Yeah, and I forgot that as Ashford went down, well, you don't have light source anymore.
Is the fire not a light?
No, it got whooshed out.
It got blown out, yeah.
That's rude.
Okay, so vicious mockery.
Wisdom 14. Save.
3 against which one?
The one that was
Directly below
south
you?
of me.
Okay.
Yeah, directly below me. And here is some damage.
Okay. And are you standing up so you are no longer prone?
Plink. Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Can I have a free action to light a torch?
I am going to call that as an action when in combat.
Cool. Nope, that's it then. That's me.
Opir, you are plunged into darkness and you can feel the sorrowful feeling surrounding you.
Well, I'm a stand up, so I'm not as prone anymore. And then I am going to grab my axe and I'm going to slam it into the ground, causing a cacophony of laughter. And I'm going to imbue it with this purpley psychic damage, and I'm gonna take a swing at the guy who I got hit from. Whoever hit me, that's the direction I'm gonna swing at.
Okay,
So
taking a
whatever.
blind swing.
Yes, I am. A 10.
A 10. Unfortunately, you go to swing, and the only contact you feel is the ripping of your tent.
Oh.
Well, heck no. I'm gonna use my action surge and try and do it again.
Okay.
19.
That does hit.
Cool. So he will get hit with my axe, and then he'll also take 2 Wrathful Smite damage, and he needs DC 13 Wisdom, or whoever it is, scared of me. So he takes a total of 11, and he's scared
8,
of me.
they are.
So, and yeah, I don't know if I have to. Let me see. Is a Wrathful Smite a concentration for me to maintain it? Concentration until the spell ends. Yeah, so I'll just maintain concentration on that for now.
Okay.
So that one, whatever one it is
Mhm.
afraid of me. So, and if you need to remember what Frighten does, I will post it just because I forget.
Alright. And is that your turn?
Yeah, because I stood up, I used my bonus action to wreath it with smite, with Wrathful Smite damage, and then I action surged and attacked. So that's my whole turn.
Alrighty. This shadow is going to try and drain the strength of Tobias with their vicious axe for a 22.
That will not hit.
Okay. And it is your turn.
And now shield goes away, and I'll be sad.
You are in the darkness. It is an action to light a torch.
I will cast Druidcraft on our campfire to reignite it.
Oh snap!
Ooh,
Oh.
okay.
Dude,
That worked.
clutch.
Boom.
Combat Druidcraft. Ah!
Ah!
Pretty much that's how that went.
I like to think about this because Tobias only saw the one coming up, and then like everything went dark, and then he
It's-
lit up the lights again, and everyone's surrounded.
What happens is it's a horror movie moment, right? Though you see the one approaching you, and all of a sudden all the lights flicker out, and as your druidcraft is going off, it is slowly trying to flicker the embers, and between each flicker of the embers, you hear the groaning and the floating creatures slowly getting closer until suddenly the campfire fully ignites, and you just see multiple of these bloodthirsty specters growling in front of you.
Also, Gwyn is bloody as heck.
And on the ground. Actually bloody this time.
Oh man, it was a messenger of the future. Okay,
I hate
so
foreshadowing.
right. So as my bonus action, because that's all I have left, is I'm gonna use Crimson Right.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, let's do this Crimson Right damage. All right, I'll take that. And I believe that's my turn. That's all I can do.
Okay.
Get move.
Gwyn, your breath comes back to you. Do keep track of your strength score. You lost 3. If you get to 0, you die.
Fantastic! Great!
We do not like this.
Great! Fantastic! Okay, let me make sure I've done my math right. Hold- Okay, yeah, my base score was 11. So I'm at 8. 8 now, yes. Lovely. Alrighty, I'm going to now that the campfire is lit, if I like look in the direction of which my head is facing, and that's probably towards the towards the tent where Au Pair is. Can I see him?
You would see him at the entrance.
Okay, so I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna like grasp onto his boot, and I'm gonna actually cast light on.
Okay.
Kick you with my glowing foot. On his foot.
His boot.
I heard something other than boot.
Not on his butt.
And he is bare-chested. I'm just saying.
Now my chest gleams for the night.
The
Off my chest.
the nipple, the nipple of radiance. It's great.
The night's dark and full of horrors, and my chest lights the way through them all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I light up Au Pair's boot. Fun fact about light: since it's not concentration, I don't think it drops when I drop. I'm not sure though. But yeah. So instead of putting it on myself, I'm gonna put it on Au Pair, and then I will use half my movement to get to my feet. And that is the end of my turn.
Okay. This group of shadows, 2 attacks coming at Tobias, 1 at Gwyn. Here are the 2 at Tobias. 15 and a 15.
Okay, so I am safe. I deflected them.
And then this is the one towards Astrid for a natural 1.
Gwyn
Oh my god!
No, I think that one was to me.
Okay, I can't let her go down.
I meant Astrid.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, I can't
Don't
let
keep
Astrid go
it
down
going.
either. I will use... Please tell me... Oh no, it only reduces the thing, right? Where's my curse? Dang it.
Are you doing
saw it in
Curse
here
of the Blind
somewhere.
or whatever it is?
Yeah, Curse of the Eyeless. After the tripping with her attack.
You can use a reaction to roll 1 hemocrat.
Oh yeah,
and
it only
subtract the number
subtracts.
from the
It's not
attack
gonna
roll.
help.
Yeah.
Dang it.
But
hits.
you can take the crit away.
Would that work?
It says the attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
So it would reduce the dice number, so your minimum takes the crit away even if she gets hit.
Thank you.
Done.
So
I will
if
do
you-
that.
Okay, so that's your reaction. Roll.
I think it's gonna hit her no matter what.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, of course.
Find out.
23.
Does a 23 hit you?
Uh-huh.
Alright,
Hey,
so
not-
I'm gonna
not
roll the
good on
damage
that.
from this one. So that is 11 necrotic
Okay.
and the reduction of 3 to your strength.
Oof.
Okay.
Rough sauce.
Just take care of all that.
This other shadow is going to try and attack Tobias as well for a 13.
Lower than a 15.
And then this group of 3, 1 at disadvantage, are all going to go after Opier. So 1 with the disadvantage is 13, 23, and an 8.
Well, the middle one hits again.
4. 8 necrotic, and a reduction of 3. At the top of the round, Astrid,
Okay.
you see among all of these specters, about half of them seem to belong to Odin's Eye, while the other half seem to be Wolves of the Shadow. Among them, two of the figures standing directly in front of Tobias and Gwyn, you see more luminous and somehow less deteriorated beings. Perhaps they are the commanders of these separate forces.
Okay. I holler that out just in case anybody thinks it's interesting, or that maybe those are more important targets. First thing I'm gonna do is a neat little trait called Mantle of Inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody gets 5 temp HP. I assume that includes me, right? Because it's up to 4 creatures you can see, or not.
Yes, and you can see yourself.
Yes, that's what I thought, but I'm just making sure. So everybody gets 5 HP, and also you can immediately take your reaction to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attack.
Run! I already used mine though. So everyone else run.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna book it over here. Nope, before I move, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can hit the 3 blue ones with Bane.
Okay.
So Charisma 14.
Charisma 14. I think I rolled one time for all of them is how I did it before, so. 8. They're all baned.
Okay. And then I will move to here.
Okay.
And that is my turn. Everybody,
I am
run.
also going to move.
Alrighty. Alright.
Yeah, and I'm going to move to there.
Actually, I would have moved to here. So as Opier moves, you see that there is now this crazed, angry look in his eyes, and I'm gonna roll a D. Well, I still have movement, so I'm gonna roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna roll a D8 and see if this whole group here, bar this top one, who I attack, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 across that way, because I don't have control of who I attack right now. 7. So it's this guy. So I'm gonna do some maneuvering
Which
and
one?
just step right there. This one, this middle one.
Okay.
And since I can move there, it won't be any attack of opportunities. But I will attack this guy with my lower attack rolls now. I didn't do 2 of these one. So first attack, natural 20.
You take out this captain-looking figure.
Cool. And I think that's all I do right now. Yes. I'm foaming at the mouth. The eyes are all crazy, looking berserk. And you also see that there's this twisted, grotesque smile on Opier's face, and you hear this laughter coming from this axe. But that is my turn.
Okay. Tobias, you see all this go down. You hear it all. It's your turn.
Excellent swing, Opier. And then I'm gonna aim at this other commander.
Astrid is like, excellent swing is what you got out of that?
They're like clambering all over my shield. I can probably barely stand up. So,
That's fair.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I was about to roll it.
That hits.
And then that's 13, 14, 17. And then I don't think it includes the +2 dexterity I'm getting.
As you take your swing, with one slice, you take out this captain.
Okay. And the other specters that are still around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna try to... Do these 3 look like they're focusing, or well, they're turning towards me? Or did one of them look like they're following Astrid?
They all look like that they are focusing in on the closest targets, now that 2
All
have
right.
ran.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stay right here then.
Okay. Gwyn.
Right, let's see what I can do without hurting too many people. So I'm going to cast a firebolt at, let's go with this one.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 payback.
17.
17 fire damage.
17. Well, gosh dang. As you launch this firebolt at this creature, it hurts, but you notice it doesn't hurt as much as you hope it would.
Diggity
Okay.
dang.
Anything else?
Nope, and I will stay where I'm at since I've still got
Okay.
some light around me.
These shadows are all going to pile in on Tobias. 1, 2, 3. 6, 20, 15.
I'm okay.
Okay. These shadows are going to come on in. One of them, because of their positioning, is going to add advantage attack Tobias for a 16.
Still okay.
This one at disadvantage against Opier for a 21.
It does hit. Let me see. He is still afraid because it's 10 or half. So
For
11.
11 and a reduction of 1. And then the unafraid for a natural 1.
And misses.
Okay, at the top of the round, Astrid, you notice, again, the ghostly bodies of these figures bear extensive wounds, but they do not look like they were inflicted by weapons, but rather by sharp claws.
Oh. So I just yell out, these all look like they've been clawed to death by something. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna scooch to here. And I'm gonna do some vicious mockery on this little friend right here, who's
Okay.
at disadvantage.
Yes.
For
And
their...
Spain.
Yep. For their, wisdom.
So.
Or
this...
wait. I take it
Oh.
back. I wanted to do dissonant whispers. It's still a wisdom saving.
Okay, well, he got a natural 1.
Okay. So that is 3d6 psychic damage.
You see.
And they have to move away from me, so I'm hoping that will be a attack of
Well,
opportunity.
you see that this specter in front of Tobias. What do you whisper?
Let's see. I think I whisper, it looks like you weren't brave enough to defend yourself.
And as you whisper this, it dies and dissipates.
Alright. And I think that is my turn.
Alright. Opier, you gonna roll a d5?
I'm gonna roll a d5 and it'll
Oh
go. Tobias will be 1, and it'll go up to 2, and then 3 is above me, 4 is the corner, and 5 is to the right of me. 2, so it's this mamma jamma up there. I'm gonna go ahead and try and hit him with a axe for a 7.
That misses. It swings directly through the creature, unable to hit its corporeal form.
Then I'm gonna use a bonus action to second wind myself for
Okay.
some HP. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
Oh.
I'm gonna use my inspiration and try and hit him.
Okay, so you can re-roll.
Yeah, let me take the inspiration away. 7.
Still misses.
good old standard 7.
Mhm.
But that is my old turn.
Alrighty, Tobias.
Okay. I am going to make a swing at this guy over here.
Okay.
Swing. Swing? Why are you not swinging? I'm I'm clicking the button. There we go.
And
Oh, weird.
well, an 8 misses.
The 8 misses. Okay. So I am going to. I'm going to try to position myself a little bit better, and just walk this way.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll trigger those.
All right, you are
Okay.
going to take 2 opportunity attacks.
Mm-hmm.
1 and 2. So
And 2.
5 and any second now, and a 9.
Okay, so I got away unscathed.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Anything else?
That will be it.
Gwyn.
Okay, no one really moved in an advantageous spot for me, so I will take a shot at this guy. And I will change it to. I'll do another firebolt, but I will use my book to transmutate it into lightning damage.
Okay.
16 to hit this guy?
That hits.
Cool. For 2 lightning damage.
Okay. And it strikes and doesn't do its full amount of damage.
God damn it. That is actually, I'm going to take a step forward-ish so I can continue to stay in the light, but that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. One of these shadows is going to try and break off from Opir, so you can take an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Sure.
As it goes to move towards
I'm all about them
Astrid,
7s,
and
baby.
you get another 7 as this figure moves through the tent to you, Astrid, for a 19 against Astrid.
Yeah.
4. 5 necrotic and a reduction to your strength of 3.
I'm sorry. Did that include the Bane?
Oh, right. Was it
Oh.
D4?
Thank you.
It's a
It
Did
D4.
that
might
matter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter.
16.
Rude.
Aw.
A 17.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 5 necrotic and a reduction to your strength by 3.
Okay. Thank goodness for temp HP, but that strength is not good.
This shadow is going to try and attack Tobias for a...
Did you say 3?
Yes.
3, yeah.
I'm down.
Oh.
No, you're
Uh-oh.
dead. If it's 0, you're dead.
I'm dead.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm straight up dead.
Oh no!
Does a 21 hit you, Tobias?
Just barely.
Okay, so I'm just going to reroll this attack for not the crit damage. Come on. So that is 9 necrotic
Okay.
and a reduction of strength by 3. And I need to check my notes for something. Okay. This group of shadows are all gonna continue their assault on Opir. Here's the one with disadvantage for a 10.
Mm-hmm. Misses.
And then the other 2 for an 18 and an 11.
One of them hits the 18.
5 necrotic for a reduction of 4.
Well, I'm in the negatives now.
Astrid.
I may have lied before you say anything.
Okay.
Did it hit me for just 3 the first time? Is it like 3 each time? Or are you rolling?
I am rolling.
Okay, never mind. I'm dead.
Okay, well, I'm going to continue with my monologue.
Okay, sorry.
Astrid. As you lay dying, as you lay dead, For a brief second, you see the skies and the heavens tear open as an angelic female form comes gliding down. Your very own Valkyrie to escort you to the Great Hall of Heroes. As you begin
Cool.
further fading away, I'm actually going to change the music to something hopefully a bit more dramatic. As you begin fading away into darkness and into the arms of this Valkyrie, you begin hearing the cawing of ravens. Before you see a cloaked figure standing afar, staff in hand, as it seems like time slows to a standstill. Valkyrie unmoving, your party members locked in battle. Almost like they were never there, the figure disappears, and you hear a soft voice speaking directly into your ear. Now is not your time. You are destined for great things, and this battlefield will not be your last, for the end is nigh, and you are needed. Take my hand and rise. And you see this figure, cloaked, towering above you, holding out their hand towards you.
Well, I take it.
As you take their hand, time begins to move again, and they raise you to the ground. They raise you back up. Your strength is restored. Your health is restored. Time begins moving again. The Valkyrie disappearing. The figure standing a good 10 feet taller than you, absolutely dwarfing your size, is gone just like that as you come back to consciousness, and it's your round.
Okay. So she is stunned emotionally, but the battle is definitely still going on. And there is something that tried to, that actually did quite well at killing her in front of her. So she is going to, let's see, I want to do, okay, let's try something new. She is going to just kind of panic and cast Cloud of Daggers right here.
Okay. Is there a save I must make?
No. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, I didn't mean to roll damage, but that's damage it will take.
So when it gets back to them, they will take 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After what you've just seen, and you rise back up and you cast a spell, is that your turn?
How are my friends looking? I mean, other than Opir, being rabid. Have you taken any damage, Tobias?
Total now?
Some, yeah?
Yeah, it cut through the temporary, but I got a little nick. But otherwise, I'm fine.
Okay.
And if you could see her, Gwyn is not looking too hot either.
Let's see if I am. I think I'm within range of Gwyn, probably.
I don't think you can cast a bonus action spell though, right?
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You are correct, so that's my move.
Okay. Oh, here.
Alright, I'm gonna D4 it up with Tobias being 1 and the guy above me being 2, 3, 4 in that order. 2. Attack the guy in front of me. 19.
That hits. That's not a 7.
That is, in fact, not a 7. And then I might as well make it a goading attack. Give myself a D8 extra damage to it. I don't know why it rolled a 24. I'll take the. That's it. Rolled
not
all
how
four.
that works.
It rolled all 4, so I'll just take the first roll, which was the 8.
Oh,
So
well, you take down this specter.
I take down that specter, and I am foaming at the mouth, but laughing incessantly, kind of like an evil, more strength-based Joker who's possessed. And this guy at the corner is still afraid of me, and this other shadow is also still there. So
Okay.
that I don't think I have anything I want to do in my bonus action. So let me double check. Nope, that's it.
All right, Tobias, as it gets back to you, as you're fending off the specter in front of you, you can hear this vicious laughter coming from Opir, a sound you've never heard before from behind you.
It is at this point that Tobias is starting to grow a little uncomfortable at this battle frenzy. Tobias will still continue to focus on this, but yeah, that's starting to bug him. Okay, artisanal assault axe, do me good. Thank you.
You take down this specter.
Okay, so I saw Astrid fall, right?
You saw Astrid fall to the ground, and obviously you did not experience the time flowing to a standstill, so to you, it seemed as if Astrid got slashed by this specter, fell to the ground, their strength drained, their body looking gaunt. And as you were fending off your own specter in that blink of an eye, suddenly looking perfectly rejuvenated, Astrid was standing there and back in the fight.
I think I'm kind of caught in somewhat disbelief, but as long as she's fine, I will move to flank it with Astrid.
Opir, you may take an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Yup.
6.
Whoa, watch where you're swinging, my friend.
I just look at you, and I am foaming and laughing, and lots of creepy spittle is just flying out of my mouth. But I'm also looking weaker, so there's also that going on. I don't look. My gleam is starting to wear out. It's not quite as on such toned chest anymore.
You're slobbering on
With
it.
that, Gwyn, your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing that I did before, but I'm gonna keep it at fire. So firebolt going to this guy.
Yep.
11.
That one, unfortunately, misses.
Bummerino. Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, I'm gonna stay right there.
This shadow, suddenly seeing their victim still standing there, is going to try and attack you again, Astrid.
Through daggers.
While taking 7 points of
Oh,
damage.
it does, yes.
I swear,
it does.
if it's another crit, I think Odin's gonna get really annoyed talking to you so many
I
times.
will say,
Disadvantage.
yes, I was going to give it disadvantage
Oh, no.
anyways.
I died.
Well, I was going to
So
give him
Bane would've
disadvantage
dropped, right?
anyways.
Yeah, okay.
So does an 18 hit you?
Well, yeah.
I would like to reaction cast Silvery Barbs on that and make him reroll.
Okay. Does a natural 1 hit you?
No.
And who would you
Thank
like
you,
to
Gwyn.
give the advantage to, Gwyn?
Obviously our rising goddess, because she's gonna get an attack next. So let's give it to Astrid.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
These other shadows, this one at disadvantage against you, Opir, for a 6 and a 17.
Not this time. I actually managed to block
Wow,
one.
okay. Astrid, you feel a new power flowing through you.
Yeah, I guess I do. Damn. I think that what I will do, since I have advantage, I'm gonna whip out my short sword
Mhm.
and try to stab
Okay.
this one in front of me. With advantage, it's a 17.
And you cut it down.
Yes!
I'm just gonna move you real quick, Tobias, so I can delete the corpse.
And yes, is my good friend Gwen over there still looking a little peaked?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Gwen. I could tell somehow that you helped. And so that is my healing word for Gwen.
Yay, thank you.
Okay. Opier.
I'm gonna attack the top guy. The guy who's afraid of me.
Yep. Will you get a 7? No, well, that's
I'll get an 8.
that's one more than a 7, which misses.
That's it. That's my
Okay.
turn.
Yes, and Opier begins looking more gaunt and gaunt as this fight goes on. Tobias.
So, wary of Opier's strange behavior and wild swings, it seems like I'm going to give him a wide girth and walk around the outside here. I think that makes sense. And I'm going to walk right here. So, my question is, can I
I am
still
not-
draw advantage with him?
I am not considered your ally at this
Yeah,
point.
he is.
Oh no!
So no, I'm attacking everyone. So yeah, you were there. You were getting swung at. So it can't be your
Tobias
ally.
doesn't know that you're not his friend, but
It's true.
it's good to know mechanical speaking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A
12?
12 does hit. Did I make this? I made this a no, I made it a +1, but it wasn't magical. Right? Is that what I made this axe?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So
I just have that magical stuff from
yeah,
Crimson, right?
I think if I remember right, when me and Opier made this weapon, it was a +1 for damage,
+1,
but
plus
wasn't
bonus to
considered magic.
damage. Yeah, and you can also reduce damage from you if it's from non-magical attacks.
Okay. This specter does not die, but it's looking bad.
Mmm.
I forgot
Okay.
you can reroll fails not once. Wild.
Anything else?
That... Wait. If it is armor, blood... Oh, I see. That is it.
Gwyn.
All right. Same thing, same guy, different round. Let's go. 13.
And it is dead. Because it
Yeah.
halves that damage to a 1. It has 1 health.
Yay! I killed something. Finally. That will be the end of my turn, though. I am staying back here where I should be.
Okay, this shadow is going to keep trying to attack Opier at disadvantage for a 9.
Nope.
Astrid.
Let's for funsies try our crossbow now. Go through. Come on. You can do it.
Any second now.
Yeah. Roll 20 is suddenly being dumb, so.
As it always is. Well, a 13 hits.
Yay! Let's see if it'll do damage. Nope.
No damage for you. Blunt force trauma to the shadow.
Blink.
5.
Okay. It is not dead yet, but it looks close. Anything else from Astrid?
Not at the moment.
Opier, can you get something higher than a 7?
Well, it specifically says if I have multiple possible targets, and both things are multiple possible targets, because all I have to do is move. I'm not surrounded by multiple things anymore, so I have that ability. So here comes my D4. My scared guy will be 1 and 2, and then Tobias is 3, 4. That's fine.
Oof.
I will stay where I am, and I will try and smack him. 15 for 6.
That hits, and as the final specter falls, before you move any further, combat does not end. As Tobias, you see Opier turn his gaze, foaming at the mouth, this Joker, evil-like laughter emanating throughout this valley, this wooded area. Nothing but rage in his eyes. He stares directly at you.
I'm gonna step forward too.
And as you step forward, that is where we're gonna end for today.
Bam.
Oh no!
What a cliffhanger!
No.
That's
So-
fun.
For now, everyone, say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye,
Goodbye,
YouTube.
YouTube!
Goodbye, YouTube, and see you next time on the journey to Ragnarok.